So this transformer reduces the so the supply given is 120 volts. We have assumed and 60 hertz. So its peak value of input voltage is equal to RMS value into root 2. Okay. So this is equal to peak value is equal to 120 into what is the value of root 2? 1.414. How much is this value? Tell me. 169.7 volts, approximately 170 volts is the peak value. Okay. So V peak is equal to 170 volts. Okay. So we have assumed that this is a transformer with a transfer ratio is equal to 5.5 is to 1. Right. So to this transformer, we connect a diode, PN junction diode. So this is the anode and this is cathode. So this is connected to a load resistance like this, 1 kilovolts.
Sir, so many are in the waiting room, it seems.
Let them in the waiting room. Okay? Tell them to come early. But no one is in the waiting room. I find no one. So full wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier. It utilizes both half cycles of the input supply. Okay. So it converts the complete applied AC signal into pulsating DC. Okay. It uses both the halves of the AC signal, uh, the AC signal, and generates pulsating DC output. And also it provides an improved rectifier DC voltage. Uh, Full wave rectifier is more efficient than half a rectifier. So there are two types of full wave rectifiers. First one is a center tapped full wave rectifier. Second one, bridge full wave rectifier. Okay, so now we'll see uh, center tapped full wave rectifier. Okay, here I will draw the circuit. Uh, so let it be diode one, diode one, diode two. So this is R. Let the transformer be 1:2 ratio. Is my voice audible and clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Is there any disturbance? Are you hearing from my side?
No, sir.
All right, very good. So this is the circuit diagram of center tapped full wave rectifier. So here you can find that this R is a load resistor. Okay, so D1 comma D2 rectifier diodes. Diodes or PN diode, PN junction diode. Okay. Now here the turns ratio of transformer is 1:2. Okay. For example, if V1 is equal to 100 volts, so V2 will be 200 volts, right? So therefore, your VP primary and secondary, let us take it. Okay, if primary voltage is 100, secondary will be obviously 200. So secondary voltage is equal secondary voltage by primary voltage is equal to 2. Therefore, secondary voltage is equal to 2 into V primary. Okay, or if you take input voltage, it is VI, 2 VI, right? If you think that as an input voltage, then you can write Vs is equal to 2 into Vi, or Vs is equal to 2 into Vp. Okay, so let us see the working of the um, full wave rectifier. So in positive half cycle, how it behaves, let us see. So in the positive half cycle, I will redraw the circuit. So here you are having a primary and here secondary, right? So here, when this is plus and minus, you will have plus and minus here and plus and minus here. Okay. See, with input polarity equal to, I will draw it with black, plus and minus, and plus minus, plus minus. Right? You can observe the polarity of the voltage on secondary winding. Okay, this will be the polarity of this voltage, secondary voltage. So with this polarity, so you are having diode 1, D1 here, diode D2 here. So plus voltage is, plus terminal is connected to anode of the diode 1, whereas negative voltage is applied at the anode of diode 2. So this diode 1 is forward bias and this is reverse bias. Okay. So therefore D1 is forward bias and D2 is reverse bias. So what happens? Uh, this diode D2 is an open circuit because it acts as an open circuit, and diode D1 acts as a closed circuit. Okay, is it clear? So as a result, whatever the voltage available here, right? So let it be VI. So it's closed circuit. That's why current will circulate in this closed path. Okay. So as a result, the current at what terminal, right side terminal of the resistor R, current is entering here, right? So current enters here. So plus and minus. This is the polarity of output voltage across the load resistor. Is it clear? Okay. So current passes like this. Okay, and returns to the secondary. Is it clear? Or you can take it as a primary voltage VP because output voltage is a secondary voltage is two times the primary voltage, right? So here also you will have VP, half above, half below. So this the point here, the resistor is connected exactly at the half center turn of the secondary winding. So secondary winding will have, say for example, 100 turns. The resistor is connected at exactly 50th turn. Okay. Is my screen visible? So is it clear? Next, in the negative half cycle, that means negative half cycle, you will have D1 reverse bias, D2 forward bias. Okay, when the primary voltage is when its polarity changes continuously. Okay, in a cycle, if we take 50% of time, the voltage is in one direction, and in the other 50% of its time, its duration, the voltage will be in reverse direction. So that's why you will have, because Vs is equal to 2 into Vp, right? So the diode or resistor R is connected such that it will receive half of the secondary voltage. Okay, now this is D1, this is D2. Okay, so in the reverse bias, because the diode one is reverse bias, it is open circuit, and diode D2 is a forward bias, so it will be a closed switch, right? Now the current obviously will flow in this direction. Okay, so making the right side terminal of the resistor positive again. Okay, so therefore current is always passing from a right to left, right terminal to left terminal of the load resistor R. Therefore, see, for the first half cycle, the voltage applied across the resistor is like this, right? And in the negative half cycle, again the voltage will have same direction, because current is always flowing from right to left terminals of the resistor. Okay, so output voltage. Okay, so this is pi and this is 2 pi. Okay, and this is a Vmax, peak voltage or maximum voltage of the input voltage, supply. Okay, so this is what happens in a full wave rectifier. So the corresponding input voltage waveform is like this. So your input voltage will be like this. Okay, and this is output voltage. This is the T you can write. So you can observe that in this waveform also current is from, so this is R, so current I naught is from right to left, and here also current in R is flowing from right to left in this direction only. That's why the output available across the load is a pulsating DC. Means it is not a pure DC. A pure DC is of this shape, constant magnitude. Okay, but your output voltage available across the load of the full wave rectifier is a pulsating, right? Is it clear? Hello. Here also you can apply KVL to this. Gives a minus Vp plus Vd plus V naught is equal to 0, but Vd is equal to 0, therefore Vp is equal to V naught. V naught is equal to Vp, sorry, should write properly. So V naught is equal to V. So that's why output voltage follows in input supply voltage only in the even in the negative half cycle. So positive half cycle is this, and this is negative half cycle. Okay. So during the positive half cycle, it follows the input waveform, and in the negative half cycle also, it follows input waveform. But the current flowing through the resistor and the polarity of the voltage across the resistor is in the same direction during the both half cycles. Okay. So next we will see the efficiency. Efficiency of a full wave rectifier. So percentage efficiency is given by output DC power divided by input AC power into 100, or otherwise output power P is equal to I square R. Power is generally because we are feeding the power to a resistor, so how much power it will consume is given by square of the current multiplied by the resistance of the resistor, right? So therefore, what is the output volt current? So sorry, generally I should write here power in that case. So power is given by I square R. Okay. Now here output power is equal to IDC square into R. Okay. And if you find out DC voltage or the average voltage of this type of waveform, okay, pi and 2 pi. So IDC is equal to I average, this is equal to 2 Im by pi, whereas for half wave rectifier it is Im by pi that we have seen in the previous class. Okay. And how input power is equal to, it is AC, right? So RMS square into R, whereas IRMS of what is the input waveform? Input waveform is this one. So input waveform is a this is the input waveform. Okay. So it is a sinusoidal voltage waveform, right? So I input, so peak pi 2 pi, and this is omega t. So its equivalent to DC is a equivalent to DC. DC equivalent of AC is a AC current is given by IRMS or RM given by RMS value of current. So IRMS of sinusoidal waveform is given by peak value by root 2. Therefore, input power is equal to IRMS square into R, that is equal to I maximum by root 2 whole square into R. Okay, is it clear? So therefore, efficiency, percentage efficiency of full wave rectifier is equal to output DC power divided by input AC power into 100. So percentage efficiency of full wave rectifier is equal to output DC power is given by IDC whole square, right? But IDC is equal to what? So 2 I maximum by pi whole square into R divided by I maximum by root 2 whole square into R. Okay. So this is 4 I maximum square into R by pi square divided by I maximum square into R by 2. Okay. So this is equal to uh, 2 by pi square, right? So this is equal to R gets cancelled, I am square and x cancelled. This is 8 by pi square. So 100 is there. 100. Okay. So what is how much is this value? Hmm? 81%. 81.05%. Is it clear? Is it clear? Hello. Similarly, for a percentage efficiency of half a rectifier is equal to I imagine by pi whole square into R by I imagine by root 2 whole square into R into 100. So this is equal to I imagine square into R by R into 2 by pi square into 100, right? So how much you'll get? What is I imagine pi only? Yeah. So this will get 20%. Okay. So we have to check it once again. Whether we'll get it is I imagine by pi or not. Okay. So anyhow, the procedure of finding the efficiency of the rectifier is this. So you must find out output DC power and divide it with the input AC power. Then you'll get the efficiency of the rectifier, whether it is half wave or full wave or bridge rectifier. Okay. So in the bridge rectifier, we will have that the construction of the bridge rectifier. Next, we will go to bridge rectifier in the next class. Okay. So it's already 1:48. So if you have any doubts regarding what is being taught in this hour, you can ask. So in the session, we have seen the working of a full wave rectifier, right? Both in half cycles and both positive half cycle and negative half cycle. We have seen the circuit, how the each diode is going to behave, and what is the polarity of the output voltage across the load resistor. Similarly, in the negative half cycle also we have verified the polarity of the output voltage, and hence we have drawn the total output voltage waveform, which includes both positive and negative half cycles, right? So, and we have calculated the efficiency of the full wave rectifier, right? So the output current, output power is given by I square R, right? So if it is output power, it becomes a IDC whole square into R, because output current is IDC only, right? So but the IDC of this full wave rectifier of rectified waveform, this is full wave rectified waveform, right? So this is the full wave rectified waveform. So its average value gives is equal to Im by pi. Whereas the input AC voltage waveform, its DC equivalent is given by its RMS value, and its RMS value, and since it is a sinusoidal waveform, its RMS value is given by maximum value by root 2. Therefore, we could we were able to find out about the input AC power and output DC power. So using those values, we substituted here and we got 81.05% as the efficiency of the full wave rectifier, right? So this output voltage waveform which we got here is not a pure DC, but it is a pulsating DC. So that's why we need to get improved DC. We need improved DC. The output voltage should not be varying like that up and downs, right? So for that purpose, what we do is we use filters. Filter means to smoothen out the ripples in the output voltage waveform, and the filter is used for that. Filter filters out the unwanted ups and downs in the input waveform, out the voltage waveform. So generally we use capacitor as a filter, which won't allow sudden change in the voltage, right? That we will see in the coming classes, right? So if you have any doubt, you can ask. You have any doubt? No doubt? No doubt. I will end this session. Goodbye.